Welcome everybody to a special One Tree here. I'm your host,
Damn.
Nostradamus. What? I've been gone for a while.
You welcome everybody to One Tree here.
Yeah. I just came. I just came
You
from the. I just came from the
came.
dead, nigga. I just came from the dead. Remember, you guys killed me 2 weeks ago. I just came from the dead. I'm back here. I'm back to take over the show. But while I was dead, I happened to meet a friend, or I made a friend while I was dead. So, guys, I know you might not be ready for this, but I figured y'all should be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest, the man, the king of the madness, Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah. Thanks for inviting me there, Nostradamus. It's great to be here for the first time since I've been dead.
How has the afterlife been?
It's been pretty shitty. You know, we just got Paul Bearer like a few months ago, and we just got Viscera. Cool guy.
I hope Viscera has been around, like, humping people.
Oh, I can't. Well, he's been giving that Slim Jim, you know. I can't really stop that.
Oh, well, Macho Man, I'd like you to meet my boys here. We got Manny. Say hi, Manny.
Hello, hello.
What's going on, Manny?
Oh, Macho.
Say hi to D Black.
D Black, like it. What's going on?
Yo, what's good, Macho?
Say hi to Vigor.
Vigor.
What's
Vigor,
going?
okay. Which one's Vigor? Or,
Hey, what's going on, man? Big
there
fan.
you go. That's what I like to hear. What's going on?
And last but not least, Travis.
Trav, yeah, that's what I like to hear. Hope you're a macho maniac.
Not really.
This is so sweet.
I really hope you change the answer a little bit later on.
He's our residential hater. So yeah.
No, I like Macho Man. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Everybody
You
loves
Elizabeth, you know.
Everybody loves the Macho Man. That's what we're trying to figure out. How come you weren't inducted this year?
You know what? Because they've been saying things that I supposedly did things with Vince McMahon's daughter, which I don't think they're starting to understand that never happened. You see, it makes no sense. Why would I go after someone so young and pure? I mean, now she's got a bodacious bod. But I think, guys, right now, you know, she's got Triple H, and I'm not going to touch that. Me and Elizabeth, I think we're fine exactly where we are.
But
Yeah?
I think you could take Triple H on, though.
You know what? I there's a chance I possibly could, but I was kind of saving my match for CM Punk. You see, the guy's been talking and taking my moves and whatnot. I've been seeing him taking my elbow drop off the top rope. Yeah, you know, the thing is that he left, he took his ball and he went home, and now no one knows if he's gonna come back. You know what? I think he's gonna come back. I'm hoping he comes back at WrestleMania. I want him and Daniel Bryan in a match at WrestleMania 31. Yeah, I really want that to happen.
Hey, I want to touch back on that while you're not inducted in the Hall of Fame incident real quick. Where they did an interview with your brother Lanny, and he said it's because they didn't give a tribute to your father. You wanted your whole family in the Hall of Fame, like the Von Erichs. How much is that is true?
To be perfectly honest, I wouldn't mind being inducted with the whole family. You know, it'd be great to see Leaping Lanny get into the Hall of Fame just as much as his brother, the Macho Man. Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna see what happens with this one. You see, this Hall of Fame is obviously taken up, but I would definitely like to go in there. Whether they want to put me in with the family or put me in with Miss Elizabeth, it doesn't matter. You see, because I'm the cream of the top. I'm gonna go in there one way or another. You see, they got Bruno Sammartino in there last year, which was a ridiculous feat to do. Now it's just a matter if they're gonna get the Macho Man in there. But I don't know. I've been hearing speculations that they're gonna put the Bull the Rockin', which I'm kind of in about, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of, well, I guess it's not kind of weird. I mean, Stone Cold's in it. The one person that got inducted a little bit too quickly was Edge.
I say Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, maybe a little bit too early.
No, I would say Edge got in early, but Edge got in for a reason early.
That's true.
I think they should have waited for Edge, you know? He's a good athlete. I love his work in the ring, but I don't think he should have been inducted so soon, Shawn Michaels was at the perfect time. He ended perfectly. WrestleMania 26, he put on one hell of a match with The Undertaker, yeah. But he lost, and he deserved to go into that Hall of Fame, no doubt.
Guys, I'm geeking out over here, I swear.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yo, Macho Man, can I ask you a question, bro?
Absolutely.
All right. So, how was the poontang? Miss Elizabeth. What's up?
What? I know you won't talk about Miss Elizabeth's cooch like that. Not here, not now. This is a family show, yeah.
All right. While we're on the subject of Miss Elizabeth, how bad do you want to get at Lex Luger for what he did?
Well, I wanted to go after him, but I think he became I'm not sure if this is true or not, but last time I heard he couldn't even walk. I heard he was like paraplegic or something. I don't know exactly how true that is, but if that's the case, then, I think we're pretty fair and square,
Yeah, that's karma for sure. No doubt.
Shit.
Yeah. I've had a question on my mind since you were talking about CM Punk making a comeback, and it just dawned on me. If you were around the same age as, say, AJ...
I'd whoop his ass! Hands down, I'd whoop his ass, snap him to a Slim Jim, walk off with that title belt. He would not have lasted 434 days by himself or with that fat walrus Paul Heyman. There's not a single way I would have let them walk out that room with that belt. Not absolutely. I would jump off that turnbuckle and give him that elbow drop from another. You'd have to understand that CM Punk, he's an awesome wrestler. Him and Daniel Bryan, I'm excited for them. But if I were still in the ring, those two would be flipping hamburgers at the nearest McDonald's. Yeah!
Damn, yo, you jumped the gun, because I was just going to ask if you were around the same age as AJ Lee, nigga, would you make a comeback on her?
Oh, I don't think Miss Elizabeth would be okay with that, but, if she's down for threesomes, she can do the Macho Madness if she wants.
Man, shout out to Miss Elizabeth. I hear some static.
Right?
Yeah, me too.
I know you guys are living it up in heaven. Yeah, it's probably you, Nas.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
You sound pretty good.
All
right.
The connection breaking off from hell?
God damn.
No idea what that is. It's the Wyatts? I think we're just getting static because we're talking to him from beyond the grave.
Ooh, yeah.
So this is a collect call to death?
Yeah.
I am the Macho Ghost. Ooh, yeah.
Don't you love how we got Macho Man back before CM Punk came back?
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Even before
doesn't that show you like how dedicated this man was?
Macho Man loves the fans, and I feel blessed that he graced our podcast.
Oh, shit. Because of what I just said, I just thought of something. What if fucking Hunico's big-ass sidekick comes off of NXT and he gets dubbed as Camacho Man?
If that happens, I swear
Don't
to
give
God.
him any ideas. We already have Black
The
Machismo.
rest of my life. Or their life, yeah.
Oh, yeah, how do you feel about Black Machismo, Jay Lethal? How'd you like that?
I think he could have done better, I think they treat him a little bit unjustly, but you know what? I'm kind of hopeful. What he does now, I'm not 100% sure. I have kind of lost base with him, but if he were to, jump into the WWE as of right now, that would be a pretty interesting, I guess you could say it'd be an interesting topic. The only problem is that Vince right now is so stuck on Daniel Bryan that I really don't think he's letting the others shine right now. You can see clearly if you watch Monday Night Raw. You know who was missing? I didn't see the Usos. I saw no Usos. I saw no Daniel Bryan in any way, shape, or form. And that was a big punch in the face to me,
Yeah, the Usos should be out there they're the tag team championship. They should be out there at least every week.
Exactly.
Well, it will be a fatal 4-way at Mania for the title. I'm actually looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward for that Divas match. I looked at little piece of ass AJ Lee. I can't say that too loud, of course, not with Elizabeth staring under me, you know?
Oh man, but I thought you said Elizabeth was down for the threesome.
What? Well, you know women, man. But we'll see. If she's not okay with it, then I kind of like Naomi and Cameron.
Oh
like,
yes.
I am a funkadelic. It's very funkadelic. I'm down for them if they're ready to stab him to this ultimate Slim Jim.
So what you saying is you would become a funkadictal.
You call the deep black, not me, but I like what you're thinking.
Virtual keys for you.
It depends what Mean Gene has to say. Mean Gene, me and Mean Gene, I feel like he would come up with some of the crazier ideas. But that's also depending on Vince. But I don't know. Me and Vince probably won't talk for another, I don't know how many years you think he has left in him. But I think, when we talk again, I think I'm going to have to really sit down and maybe he'll actually have some sort of heart and put me into the Hall of Fame. Because right now it looks like his son Shane O'Mac is going to get in there before me, which I kind of find a slap in the face, kind of favoritism, familytism.
Hey, in all fairness, though, Vince isn't even in himself, so,
Oh, he's going in, no doubt about it, no question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely before you.
Which I think is a piece of crap. I've been doing and working my ass off, before I died, quote unquote. You see, I died and I did a commercial for their video game. That you remember the All-Stars where it was like WrestleFest, but 2011 version?
Yeah.
Now, if you look on YouTube, I put my heart and soul into that, and what happens? I fucking speed off the ramp and I die in Florida. But you know what? I'll let bygones be bygones, I guess. But if they want to put me in the Hall of Fame, I really hope they do it before Vince. If they don't, I'm definitely going to hop the WrestleMania arena whenever it happens.
That's what I'm talking about. Actually, the first time I went to Raw, there was a guy as Macho Man, and he actually was able to get on the ring, but he was too much like Macho Man. So did you take a time and just come above ground and took over the Raw arena?
Now, I don't know who this man is, but if you let me know, I'll go to his house and punch him in his face and tell him to never do it again. But, if the powers be, the Macho Man will love to rise from the grave, you see, but I would love to do it against The Undertaker, because The Undertaker is the so-called dead man. You see, when he rose from the casket on Monday, I would have loved to came out outside of the ring, yeah! I would have came out and elbowed him right in the face and told him to go back home. You see, I could have been the one to end the streak, not Brock Lesnar. Absolutely not. And I hope Brock Lesnar doesn't beat the streak either.
I'm totally with you beating the streak.
I'm behind that. I'm behind Macho Man.
WrestleMania 31 or 32. I'll come right back there. I'll put him into his misery. Yeah. Sounds great. As long as you keep that punk Hulk Hogan away. I hope you heard my rap album a couple of years ago.
Speaking of Hulk, how do you feel about him hosting the freaking WrestleMania 30?
You know what? He needs to go back to TNA. Go back and ruin them. I feel like I mean, you heard him when he first came back. Welcome. He can't wait to watch the WWE Universe. Nice slip up there, Hulk. Yeah. I don't think Macho Man would have said it so discreetly, I think I would have said, the WWE Network as it was called. Unfortunately, Macho Man's been drinking a little too much and hanging out with Jimmy Hart. Those two are troublemakers.
Oh, wait. Speaking of hanging, I mean, you're like there, dude, with all the greats who have, moved on. So, how are they?
Well, I'm going to tell you, me and Classy Freddie Blassie, that man is one hell of a guy. He drinks a little too much for his own good, but you know what? I guess once you die, it really doesn't matter. But, me right now, me and Elizabeth, we, since we're dead, there's no rules and limitations on what we can and can't do, so of course we're knocking boots 24/7, yeah! But you know what, I'm going to tell you something, that's just one of the perks when you die, not saying that you need to now, but I'm going to let you know. And it's totally okay with me. The only thing I really would like to do, now that I am here, I would have still loved to haunt the TNA Impact Zone. You know, I feel like I don't know what it is about Dixie Carter, but I just don't like her face in any way, shape, or form. Not at all.
So you want to tap that?
Absolutely not. Maybe with the elbow drop. Yeah, but you know, that's a whole different story.
What do you think about I know since you're there, you probably talked to Andre a couple of times. What do you think what does he think about the battle royal that's being done in his honor?
I'll tell you one thing, Andre's very flattered. The only problem he had with it is the fact that battle royal is now taking the spotlight from what could have been a nice string of matches. You see, what I feel that they're trying to do is to make up for what they messed up at the Royal Rumble. You see, they had Batista come in and, you know, good guy, cool guy, you know, deal with it. I like the whole spiel. Yeah, but you know what? The whole point is that skinny jean wearing guy, it doesn't make any sense. If it was up to me, I would have said Roman Reigns would have won that hands down.
Yeah.
Yes.
That whole thing, he even if he wasn't ready for it, I would have loved to have seen someone that didn't win the Royal Rumble in any way, shape, or form, and he would have fit the bill. And I have to say, I felt bad for Rey Mysterio coming in at number 30. He got booed to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Booyaka 619. Boo!
Hey, I love the guy. We go way back from WCW, of course, but you know, to see him get tossed out and them cheering him on, I mean, I laughed a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I did feel bad for the little guy.
I think it should be like with Royal Rumble. It should be like 10 people that you know that's going, and then the rest of the 20, they're surprises. So that people won't be disappointed anyway. Like, oh, okay, well, I see why he's saying, or man, or yeah, oh man, you know. But knowing all 30 participants, it kind of takes the feel away from it.
Well, you know what? I don't have a problem with the Royal Rumble being the way that it is. The problem is that who is winning. You know, with last year with John Cena winning, which made no sense to me whatsoever, you know. I thought that was a waste of time. You see, in 2013, there were so many people on the rise, like Dolph Ziggler, you know? And I'm a fan of Ziggler, absolutely. And I think he should have won. You know who else should have won? Kofi Kingston. That man is acrobatic in the ring, and he could have won. He's the number one person I watch at the Royal Rumble, and to see him not win, let alone get a title shot outside of the Intercontinental Championship, which makes no sense to me, is completely pointless. He should be at least at some point in level with a different title, you know?
Now that pride of the mid card.
Now that you remind me, I haven't seen Kofi in a minute.
Last time I saw Kofi Kingston get his ass kicked by Bray Wyatt.
He super jobbed to Bray Wyatt. 2
At the
weeks
main
ago.
event.
He main evented Raw.
Oh.
He absolutely no offense job.
Oh, well.
Kofi put up no fight, which I was absolutely disappointed.
I guess I wasn't watching that. Rex, welcome to the table.
What's going on, Rex?
Rex, what's going on?
Rex, you there?
You're in the presence of greatness. Back from...
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to get my microphone.
Yeah,
I thought you were trying to get your mic straight. Like, are we hearing who I think I'm hearing?
Rex.
Yeah.
Welcome from beyond the grave. We got Macho Man Randy Savage tonight, dog.
Oh yeah, I want everyone to freak out right now. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
Nigga, it's Macho Man, nigga.
Sky is the limit and space is the place, yeah.
So, Rex, have you
bitches,
ever had any questions for Macho Man? Tonight is your night.
Answered the Elizabeth questions. He's answered the Stephanie questions.
And yes, I had fun filming Spider-Man. Don't worry about it.
He didn't really answer the Stephanie question. He kind of sidestepped that shit. Let's be real.
I'm sorry.
He said that it didn't happen.
Okay, my question...
Don't ask, don't tell, you know.
There you go.
If you had the chance to go back to wrestling and take it over, would you?
And take it over in what way? You mean like take over like Ghostwise Boogie Boogie, or are you talking about running it like Vince or Triple H is right now?
Like,
Wrestling, like not as far as like taking over like corporate. I mean, like getting back in the ring and just being the top notch guy, going for that belt and whatnot.
That number one spot, nigga.
Yeah, that number one spot.
I don't see why not. I mean, The Rock got to do it. I don't see why the Macho King couldn't have done it, you know? I think I could have at least gotten a pretty good run, you know? They would have thrown me into the Royal Rumble. I would have looked at Roman Reigns. He would have looked at me. I would have picked him up over my head, yeah, threw him over the top rope, and I would have walked out there, me and Elizabeth, knocking boots the next night, and I would have came back in Raw, and then I would have challenged whoever had the WWE Championship. I'm a bigger fan of the Heavyweight Championship, but now that they've merged, now I have to go after them both, which I am not complaining in any way, shape, or form. Don't get it twisted, but I'm going to go after that title. And when I do, I don't care who's in front of me. I don't care if it's Sheamus. You know, I like the fella, but you know what? I can take him with ease. Dolph Ziggler, you know, he gets picked up and thrown around too easily. Christian, well, he's in another, I don't know what happened. Does anyone happen to know what happened to him tonight?
We were gonna ask you, since you know you're from beyond the grave and you see all, know all. We thought maybe you knew what happened to Christian.
I don't like watching Christian matches, but you know, you know, the IC champion Big E Langston, in which I think is a great athlete. You should follow his Instagram. But you know what? I just could not follow. I think they obviously don't like Christian, which is obvious. And I feel that because who else do you know has won the World Heavyweight Championship on Sunday and lost it the next 4 days later? You know, that doesn't happen very often.
Technically, it was 2 days later because SmackDown's taped on a Tuesday.
That's very true.
Well, didn't Kane lose? Didn't Kane win the WWE title and lost it a day after?
Yeah.
Kane's a jobber, and that's pretty much all
That's
he's gonna
different, nigga. That was Stone. He lost it to Stone Cold, nigga.
A day after he won it.
But that was the Stone Cold, nigga.
But if it's all due respect, he did get a decent World Heavyweight Championship run in which he did beat The Undertaker a couple times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Even in Hell in a Cell.
He even threw Paul Bearer's ass in the freezer. It was great. And I don't think he ever went back for him, and I think that's why he's here today.
Yeah.
So that explains it.
You guys don't know how much I'm digging this shit right now. This is so fucking awesome.
Unintended.
Right.
Dig it, yeah. I like that little shot you got there. Almost slid one past the Macho Man, yeah. You're in the danger there, guy.
Oh, man. So, the NWO thing. Well, it's a lot of people that say they had good times in it. A lot of people say they had bad times in it. What was your experience like being in the NWO?
I had the best time of my life in that ring at that particular time with Kevin Nash, Sting, Lex Luger, Conan, anyone that you want to throw in there. It was a great time. The only time I thought I had a problem with it was when it started to go. It started to grow. You know, the Latino World Order, the black and white. You know, after a while, it just started to get crazy, and then the whole David Arquette thing, in which let's leave that at that. But you know what? The NWO time, regardless if anyone says it was bad or not, you know, I personally had the greatest time of my life. You know, me and oh God.
All right, what did I miss?
What's
Sorry,
that?
I had to step out for a little bit, but
Yeah, we were talking. I was asking about the NWO. He said he had the time of his life doing it. He said he don't know about anything else, but for the most part, he enjoyed it.
I would have loved to see an NWO versus D-Generation X match. That would have been a great match to watch.
Oh man, that would have been
man, that would have been a dream.
that would have been.
That would have been a total squash match.
The WWE didn't
Because
really.
WWE would have been outnumbered by the entire WCW roster.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because if it took place in the WWE, DX would have won. Nigga.
Yep.
And vice
But if it
versa.
took place in the ECW arena, they
And then
both
Vince would have came out and told me to stay away from his daughter, and I would have punched him in his mouth too. But you know what? That's all right, because that match, you know, that's one of those dream matches you can play on, you know, the 360 and whatnot, or whatever system that you may have. I was a fan of Nintendo 64 with Revenge. That game was amazing. But I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, you couldn't do those kind of things back then, of course. But you know what? I think it would have been a great match. You know, me and Kevin Nash and Lex Luger, you know, in her prime and whatnot, going against Triple H, X-Pac, and the New Age Outlaws. Maybe Chyna, because she looked like a man, too. But you know what? I think we could have had a pretty decent match at the time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, because I could have seen that like a heel turn with X-Pac going back to Degeneration X. That would have been pretty cool. Hall and Nash probably would have stayed in NWO though, because that was their baby. So I mean, but that was a really those factions were the best, two of the best factions that ever existed.
Or what if Shawn Michaels and Triple H, and then Kevin Nash and Scott Hall just all of a sudden form the clique again and just win against both?
Yeah, but see, X-Pac
been a mind part of the people's minds would have been blown left and right. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, you know, they're cool guys, but I'm not. You know what? I still think I could have beaten them hands down. Absolutely. You know what? If you put me in the ring well, obviously not right now, but if you put me in that ring at that particular point in time, the Macho Man would have elbowed everyone in the face, man, woman, audience member. It wouldn't have mattered. You see, the Macho Man would go into that arena knowing he was going to win the title, and he would make you believe he was going to win the title because there'd be no other options. So I was going to go in there, win that championship, and I would have gone off into the goddamn sunlight, and that would have been the greatest night of my life, hands down. Sold out Slamboree, whichever one you want to call it. I was a fan of Bash at the Beach, but
Okay, so if you could wrestle again and you had a chance to possess someone, who would it be?
CM Punk, because he's stealing my moves now. That he knows he is, and he obviously, you know, and you know the thing that blew my mind was that night that he was wearing the Bret Hart colors and doing the Macho Man. You can't do two at the time. That makes no sense. You're throwing off people. I don't know if that was with John Cena or Ryback. I don't remember. But the point is, you can't do that. It's just too weird. That's a WWF No Mercy kind of thing. That's not now, you know. But I would definitely love to go against, you know, I would have loved to have taken over CM Punk because he has a great arsenal of moves. He can keep you at the edge of your seat wanting more. And it's only a shame that he left because people are still chanting his name. And, you know, if he were to come back, honestly, you know, with me possessed, obviously he would never have lost the title. It would have been a good 2.5 year run if it was me. But
That's what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, you know, that just didn't happen, and of course, I kind of blame Paul Heyman on that too.
Unfortunately, The Rock had to come and get everything handed to him for WrestleMania.
Oh no!
Now, you know what? I'm a fan of The Rock, but yes, you know, I had to agree. I thought that was kind of bogus a little bit, you know? I thought that was a little, you know, if you're going to lose your championship to somebody, it should be someone that's an active wrestler on the roster on a 24/7 basis. It shouldn't have been The Rock, you know? Good guy, cool guy, dig it. But the point is, he shouldn't have won the championship at that time. It could have been against John. I would have loved to have seen him beat Cena for the title, absolutely. I'm not a big fan of that. What does he call him? The Fruity Pebble? Yeah. You know, I would have made him snap him to a Slim Jim and I would have slapped him across the face with it or something. How
do you feel about the number one guy in fucking over a decade, John Cena?
Wait, what was that? I can't hear you freaking up.
I said, how do you feel about the number one guy for a decade in WWE, John Cena?
John Cena's a punk bitch! You know?
Jesus.
Someone else should have been the face of the company. Anyone could have been the face of the company. I would have loved to have seen Chris Jericho as the face of the company. Even Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was before he went to TNA, and God knows what they did a bunch of stuff with him. You know, I'm still waiting for him to come back. But I honestly, he's a good wrestler. Or whatever you want to call him. You know, brawler, whatever. He does these out of nowhere moves. He did a Hurricanrana on Monday. I've seen him do a Hurricanrana 3 times in my life, and I don't know where he comes up with it. But I honestly, who should have been the face of the WWE, if not CM Punk? I know I could have gone, you know, at the time before he left. I would have gone with Batista or even Randy Orton. But the thing is that they made him too much of a punk, no pun intended. But they made him such a punk in which he won't go out there and wrestle. I'm talking about Randy Orton right now. You see, he won't go out there. He might go out there, sit on the announce table, talk some stuff or whatever he's talking about. No one cares. He goes into the ring, RKO's him, which is my favorite move. But the point is, they made him too much of a sissy now,
Yep.
I can say the same thing about Batista right now as well, unfortunately.
Ripping them skinny jeans.
Yeah, wearing the Yeezys.
I heard he ripped his pants on Monday, though.
Ripped his pants Monday from a spear.
From a spear?
Not even a sit-down powerbomb, a spear.
You can't rip pants doing a spear unless you're going against a freaking rhino or something like that. But not a skinny twig like Randy Orton, not at all.
Oh man. By the way, Rhino is still the king of spears, in my opinion.
Goldberg.
The gore?
The gore.
Oh man, Goldberg got a good one too.
I gotta say Goldberg was was my top favorite, but I will say Edge was like a close second. A close second. I'll go with that.
Yeah, Edge. Yeah, he actually did the best spear I ever seen. That was in that table ladder chairs match when he speared that Hardy Boy off of the.
Holy crap! I remember that. Yeah, you know what? That was one of my favorite matches. I'll tell you that as well. To see that, I want the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge. Well, obviously Edge can't because he's near death like me. But the thing is, if they had one more match and he was able-bodied, one more match just to shake the ages at WrestleMania 30, another tables, ladders, and chair match, that would have been heaven. I swear to God.
Yes, and it has to be those three. It has to be the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Edge and Christian. Has to be, and that's the only way Christian to get the notoriety and the fans.
But first, Christian has to grow back the long hair, nigga.
Yeah. And
the theme song, Christian, unless you're on your own, or whatever you want to get. I like that theme song. I don't really care much for his crappy one now,
Yeah, man, he needs to get his long hair back. He looks like a cop.
I like the theme song he had in TNA, which was kind of like an Evanescence track, because TNA takes a lot of fucking tracks and just makes it their own.
I know. I wasn't a big fan of the way they redid the NWO theme. That kind of pissed me off. I was looking down with a frown, to see them, turning our music and then revamping it, and and that's one of the other reasons why I don't like TNA's product, especially now, because I don't even think who's still there. I know Samoa Joe's still there. He's a good guy, but everyone else right now, I don't even know who any of the characters are anymore.
Jeff Hardy,
I think Kurt
MVP.
go back to the WWE, which he should, and retire there. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Kurt Angle should return, and Samoa Joe should go to the WWE.
And they can finish their rival there, and that's a rival worth looking
God.
at.
It was just like perfection. There needs to be a change in the WWE, and I'm hoping if they're doing all these storylines and fuckery, that WrestleMania will be, they have some big plan at WrestleMania to just please everybody, but that's just big hopes that I don't even know if they're gonna fulfill.
I think that's Stephanie McMahon's job. Go to WrestleMania and please everybody.
Instead, she's getting drooled on.
Yep. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. She's getting drooled on.
Macho, I know you're a big loyal, and you're loyal to Elizabeth, and you love her dearly, and will do nothing.
Number one in my heart, yeah.
But which one of the divas right now interests you, and you would, I guess, drool, quote unquote?
Are you kidding me? AJ Lee, that little ass of hers. I would have gone right there. Dove right off the turnbuckle, absolutely. Did a moonsault off the top rope and right into her cheeks, absolutely. And that's the only way the Macho Man does his women, yeah.
Hey, I mean, all you guys are bringing up Miss Elizabeth with all due respect, but you forgot there's somebody else up there that has a love interest with the Macho Man as well, and that's Sherry Martel. So I was
expecting Mae Young.
Sensational Sherry.
I feel like Mae Young may have died at the same time she went through that table by Bubba Ray Dudley. I think she's kind of like a fucking corpse. But you know what? Sherry, we have a very good history. But you know what? we talked that up here, but you know what I was going to do, because I remember the last time I saw on WWE or WWF at the time, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. But the point is, if you saw it, I remember Kurt Angle making her tap out. And that kind of pissed me off no, not even just a little. I was ready to come back into that ring and whoop his ass myself, yeah. But you know what? That's fine, because right now he's going into the TNA Hall of Fame. Wow, what a big accomplishment that must be, where your top two people are not even, Sting is not even there anymore as far as I'm concerned.
Nope.
I heard he's in talks of coming back to WrestleMania one day.
Do you think, or not do you think, Sting should be in WWE, right?
Only if they treat his character right. If they don't treat his character right, he can obviously leave, hands down, and I would be totally okay with it.
Okay, they bring back old school Sting.
Absolutely. Him coming off the rafters, absolutely. Him with the baseball bat, with the crow paint and all that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love to see him bash someone's head in with that bat. Unfortunately, they don't do headshots like that anymore since the you-know-who incident.
Right. Yeah. Because, I guess he had to go and change his character because, Ultimate Warrior stole his paint.
Good point.
I like Ultimate Warrior, but you're absolutely right about that, absolutely. But you know what? I think it was for the better, because I liked him with the so-and-so, Ultimate Warrior paint, but I don't think it was until he had the Crow style was when I actually paid attention to him. He was the mysterious character hanging above the rafters, creeping everyone out, and then he'd lower himself. The only thing is, I don't know how much they're going to do that, especially not even with the whole, who, Chris Benoit, I'll say his name for once, because WWE can't silence me anymore, but the whole thing with Owen Hart, and when Owen Hart unfortunately passed, I don't think they've had anyone up there in the rafters since, as far as I can remember.
No, I don't think so either. But
Okay,
since we're talking about Owen, how is Owen and Chris Benoit?
Owen is still not a nugget if you're ever interested. And Chris Benoit, it's a very unfortunate situation with him because as a macho maniac myself, I was a big fan of the Crippler Crossface. WrestleMania 20's main event was probably the best WrestleMania match that I can remember in recent time. And unfortunately, because of the situation, the WWE, Vince, you son of a bitch, you'll never put it on television, which is so unfortunate because I feel that match had pure wrestling in it, which is still missing in today. To an extent. It's coming back, but it's still missing.
Speaking of great matches, right? Okay, I think that they're going for Big E and Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. Do you think that it'll match up or at least come close to the match that you had with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at WrestleMania 3?
I believe it can. You see, Dolph Ziggler, he's an athletic son of a gun. He's running around. He's got that cool finishing move. And I dig it, absolutely, 100%. Can't argue. But I think, with me and Ricky Steamboat, I think we put on, I don't think it was even just a match. I think obviously that was put down in history, Now, for Dolph Ziggler and Big E, the thing with that is that Big E is still very new to the company, so for him to put on a high-profile match like me and Ricky Steamboat at the time, that's a tall order, there, Jack. But I'm going to tell you something. I feel like Dolph Ziggler can hold his own.
Yeah, I agree.
Dolph Ziggler is the man. He's a show-off, and I'm still waiting for... Like, he had the belt at one point. He was the man, and then he just got buried.
Tell him to stop getting concussions.
When you flash it like that, you can't stop it.
Nigga, that match isn't going to happen at WrestleMania. It should just happen on main event.
Yeah.
Got a point there, guy.
Match.
The only problem is that I feel like Dolph Ziggler shouldn't be going after the Intercontinental Championship. That would have been fine and dandy years ago, but now he's way too over. He's definitely not at CM Punk level or Daniel Bryan level, but he's definitely borderline more than anyone else in that locker room.
That is true.
If he is going to go after any championship, he should be going after the heavyweight championship or the WWE championship. And I feel that obviously it's not going to happen anytime soon because of whatever Vince has against the guy, which I don't know because he has a thing against me, and yeah, we'll let that slide for now. But the point is that Dolph Ziggler should be going after higher titles at this point, at this particular point in his career. Big E is absolutely fine where he is. Dolph Ziggler, he's going to put on a good match for Big E.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel that he should have been in a higher match. That's just my particular take upon that,
Yes. Definitely.
B plus player. He's basically quote unquote the B plus player now.
He's A plus in my eyes. And
Don't
Mine
bring
too.
back Zack Ryder. I missed the Long Island IZ himself. That guy used to be one of the greatest wrestlers. Oh, why have they not? I haven't seen him on live TV in ages.
The same Long Island.
The Battle Royal for Andre the Giant. God rest his soul. But I know he's not going to win. He's probably going to go out the second he comes in because that's just what they do with people like him. Same thing with Santino, Mozzarella, whatever you want to call him. The point is they're going to treat these characters like as if they don't exist, and they're going to throw them out, and it's probably going to end up with Sheamus and Christian for some reason because the WWE, I feel like they owe Christian something, and I can't put my finger on it, but they feel like they do. So now it's a matter of what title he's going to go after,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on over there.
You should make a story of it in WWE 13 or something,
D Black?
I'm looking at you, D Black.
We'll see.
I want a match that'll rock the house and shake the ages. I want to make sure that it's remembered for all time. Yeah.
That's it, D Black. You got to make Macho Man happy
The
now.
Macho is spoken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other
D-Black
questions?
has no comment.
We'll see if it works out in the storyline.
But as opposed to that, can you put me as that Space Ghost Coast to Coast character I played a couple of years ago?
Oh man.
You
Gotta get.
We're getting major static from beyond the grave here.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta hold on. We're losing. We gotta get our transmission straight. We're losing Macho Man. We gotta get him. Okay, he should be all right.
Yeah, the seance has been. We're losing our seance.
I'll still be here, If anything happens, you can catch me on Raw when the lights go off a couple of times, The old school fans will think it's the Brood, like Edge and Christian and Gangrel, but it's not, because I think Gangrel's directing pornography or something, really shitty ones. But
Shout out to my nigga Gangrel.
Be messing around with the lights, and then I'm going to appear on the Titantron. Are they even calling it the Titantron anymore? I don't even remember.
I don't
but
think
I'm
so.
I still call it the
there,
Titantron.
and I'm going to
they do?
scare the crap out of everyone in that arena. Let them know I'm coming, but I'm definitely coming for Hulk Hogan first. I told him to be a man in 2003, and he's still yet to become one. I'm going after him, and that's the bottom line. Because Macho said so.
Right on.
Oh man! So technically, you should have just appear in WrestleMania, blow everybody's mind, and fucking elbow drop Hulk Hogan.
I feel like if I did that, I feel like he'd crap his pants. And I don't really want his red and yellow to be red, yellow, and brown, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're already red, yellow, and brown enough, huh?
Yeah, that fake tan of his getting from Venice Beach ain't fooling anyone.
He's not even tan anymore. He's just red.
Oh.
I guess it goes with his character. Whatever he wants to do, I guess that's fine. But when he comes
Hey.
here, he's looking me in the face, and I'm going to knock him out 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
And
Macho.
absolutely. Me and Miss Elizabeth are going to party all over his face. You can take that for however you want.
Macho Man, do you like Emma?
Absolutely. I don't like that dance though. That I could do without. Absolutely. I think it's ridiculous. But she's got that submission move she's got is God.
It is dope.
No,
Emma Locke.
Emma Locke is ridiculous.
But
Why are they putting Paige on the WWE television now?
That's what I want to know.
But how
That's
do
what
you
y'all wanna
feel?
know.
But how do you feel about Emma's other move, the Emma sandwich?
Ooh, if only I could get Miss Elizabeth to agree on that. I feel like she's I think what it is, she needs to find her niche, Right now she's walking out doing that god-awful dance with those bubbles. I think she needs to become a heel. I think she'd be a really good heel if the WWE would do her correctly, which I know they're not because for some reason they screw it up, just like they do with the Big Show. Completely going off topic, I apologize. But for some reason, they don't know who's a good heel and who's a good face. And Emma, I would be very intrigued to see her as a heel. Very much, yeah.
Well, back to what you said about them doing Emma correctly. I'll do Emma correctly.
E Black, you're gonna have to wait in line because the Macho Madness is running all night, brother. Yeah.
No, I don't care if you are the Macho Man, nigga. I don't do sloppy seconds.
E Black, I hope you have a Ouija board because I'm gonna come from that board and elbow drop you somehow.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
D Black, what are you doing? You can't
You
talk
gonna get
back.
fucked up by Macho Man.
I know, and you call him a nigga? What?
That's racist.
No. Like, just look at it this way. I'm Booker T, and he's Hulk Hogan. Nigga.
Everybody's not comfortable with being called a nigga, D Block. I'm just saying.
Right. And you can't call him that because he could have easily called himself that too, and he definitely would have got away with it in the hood.
Wait,
The hood loves Macho.
the hood does love Macho. And you know what I love about Macho? One of your famous lines, can you please, for me, say Bonesaw's ready?
Oh, you're a Spider-Man fan. Bonesaw's ready. Should have played this Peter Parker. I think I would have been a more believable cast.
It would have been one big buff freaking Spider-Man, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's the way it should have been. Not that scrawny guy, but you know what? I'll leave it as is. I'm looking forward to it. And they could have had me as Venom or something like that. I would have played that.
That's true. They got the Great Khali in this stupid fucking Battle Royal.
I would have rather you had Batman's voice. I mean, the one that Kristen Bell had was.
It's true.
You know that I was the obvious motivation for Christian Bale talking of the Batman and all this and whatnot. And you know why? And because of him talking like that is exactly why he got his ass kicked by Bane. Yeah, his back broken in half. You know, if the Macho Man would have done it, it probably would have broken in 3 places. Yeah. You know, that's just how the Macho does. You think you can do one, the Macho will up you one way or another. That's how it's going to happen. It doesn't stop. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if only I could get Paige in that kind of movie.
Paige. Man, this is freaking amazing, man. If you guys want to listen to more, just go ahead and click on part 2 and listen in, continue, because the man is just going to continue tonight. Right here, One Tree Hill, Macho Man, Randy Savage.